Hi, today I'm going to be showing you 3 things that you should add to your obbies just to make them better, make them more interesting. So I'm going to start by playing through and then I'll show you how to make these things. So, once this loads, okay, the first thing is rope platforms or swingy platforms, which are super easy to make and they are pretty fun to play on. The next thing is buttons to open up doors, which adds a level of, they just make the game more fun to play. And then the final thing is teleporters, because this can add, puzzle aspects to the game. So now I'm going to show you how to make them, which isn't too hard. None of these are that difficult, even if you don't know scripting. The first one, these suspended platforms don't require any scripting at all, and they're super easy to make. Step 1 is you insert a part, and this will be the part that goes on top. This will be that part. And then you make sure to hit the anchor button. Then you move it up. And then you need to duplicate it, and then add, and move this down. And this will be the swinging part. And you don't want this part to be anchored, so you unanchor it. And then you can make it however big you want. I'm setting it to 3 times the size of the first one, of the higher one. And then you need to go into your model tab, and you'll see this create button with this arrow, and then you click rope. And from there, you just click where you want the rope to go from and where you want it to go to. And then this literally is it. This is how you make ropes, or swinging blocks. And you can see once we join this, once it loads, oh, it's just, hold on. Sometimes I might have forgotten to unanchor this. Wait, no. Hold on. Sometimes it's a bit glitchy. Yeah, okay, it was just glitching. But you can see it's swinging around a bunch, and that's how you make swinging blocks. Next up is going to be these buttons, which is not too hard. Step 1, you need to make your button, which you can just do by inserting a part, then making it how big you want it to be, anchoring it, setting it to a good color, and then now we have the button. Next you make your door that you want to disappear. I'm just going to make a big block that I want to disappear just to make this easier, but you can make whatever part you want to disappear. And then rename that part that you want to disappear to door or whatever, but you just need to make sure to remember it. I'm going to call it the button door. Next, click back onto your button. You'll get it into Explorer, and then click the plus sign and add a script. Next, we need to tell whenever someone hits it. So we're going to do script.parent.touched connect function part, and this will give us a port that touches it, the port that touched it whenever it gets touched. And then we tell if it's a player, so we do if port.parent find first child humanoid root part does not equal null. And since all players have humanoid root ports, this means that if it's a player, it will go into this area and we'll be able to write code here. And then what we need to do is game.workspace, and then whatever you named it, I called it button door, dot can collide equals false, and this will set it so that players cannot touch it, so that players can go through it. And then we're going to copy and paste that, except change it to transparency equals 1, which means that it's fully transparent so you can't see it. Then we're also going to change the color of the button. So we're going to do script.parent, which would be referring to the button, because this is inside of the script, or this is inside of the button. And then we're going to add color equals color3 from RGB. And then I'm going to set it to be red after you hit it. So we're just going to drag it up to red. And you need to hit this button, by the way. And then we need to make a little time for you to go through before it closes again. So I'm going to give 5 seconds. That's how many seconds. And then we're going to copy and paste this, except basically do the opposite. So instead of false, it's true. Instead of 1, it's 0. And instead of red, it's whatever you want it to be whenever it's not pressed, which I'm going to set to green. And now we should be able to play, and it will work. Although I don't remember if I anchored this. Yeah, I didn't anchor this, so it's actually going to disappear. Make sure to anchor whatever part you are doing this with. So hit the anchor button. The button doesn't need to be anchored, but I do recommend it does be anchored. And if we hit this, it's gone. We can go right through here, but soon it's back and we can't go through it. So that's how you make a door. And finally, teleporter. So step 1 is going to be to make a teleport pad that you step on to teleport, and then a teleport pad that you go to. And this is going to be one way, so once you step on this, you go to this, but you don't go back to this one whenever you step on this. And then I'm just going to keep them dark gray. You can set them to whatever color. I recommend anchoring them too. You don't have to. Then rename the one that you are going to something like teleport receiver or whatever you want it to be called. And then name the one that you step on to be like teleport pad. It doesn't matter. Although make sure to remember this. Then go into teleport pads, add a quick script, and we're going to do the same thing as we did last time with telling if it is a player that stepped on it. So now we know if a player stepped on it. Now we need to actually teleport the player to the other pad. So we're going to get the part.parent.humanoid root part. And the humanoid root part is where the player's character is. The player's character is centered around the human root part. And if you move the humanoid root part, the player's entire character will move with it. So we're going to set the position of this to be the teleport receiver position, and if we had this, then the player would spawn inside of the teleport receiver, but we don't want that. We want the player to spawn above the teleport receiver. So we're going to do vector3.new, and vector3 is 3 coordinates. It's a 3D number, or it's a 3D coordinate, and then we set to 0, 5, 0, so it'll spawn 5 studs above where it started. And now, if we play the game, once it loads in, we'll be able to step on the teleport, and oops, I messed it up. Oh, yeah. This is a function, you can tell because it has parentheses at the end, and before all functions, you need to put colons, and yeah. So now let's actually do this. So we step on this, then we get teleported to the other one. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this helps. Comment below any other ideas for Obby things that you want to see me make tutorials on, and bye.